Right, I'm at my Vaynor church, so we're going to go down and do a video on the Vaynor wooden bridge. So there's a trackway coming down here at the side of the old church tavern. So we're going to follow it all the way down there and towards the wooden bridge, which is, you can see it through the distance, but there, if you look through, let me zoom in. So obviously a big bank here, so we're gonna head down the paths and gonna look at the Vaynor Bridge, or White Bridge as it's known as well. Once you come around the corner here, if you look here, you've got an old wheat stone. Well, I'm guessing it's a wheat stone, it's round anyway. But awful rubbish as well, but there's a better view of it. Round, it's either some sort of pillar or I'd say wheat stone. But we're going to head straight across here. Right, just come to the gate and we're going to follow this path down here. Right, I come down a little bit from the gate and there's loads of stones here. It's a weird looking stone, big mound of stones here. And you got all these on the pathway. So wherever there's some old ruins, you know, years ago here. But we're going to head down that way, you know. Come down a bit further from there and we got all these stones being cut. So by the look, they was using this hill quarrying. See a bit up there, but they cleared a lot of the, you know, weeds and brambles, so you can actually see the path now. Just come down the bank now, first level, see massive stones around here. This one is quite big as well, interesting. But what it's doing there, I don't know. So we're going to keep following that down. Right, come a little further, there's a little bridge here. Concrete bridge, don't know how old this is. So plenty of water sources here. Heading our way. We're going to head down our way. But I think this water comes from what I done in another video called the Vaynor mine. But we'll go back up that way after we find the wooden bridge. But I think it's coming from here, so we'll check it out later. We're going to head down this way now. Where them trees are over there, roughly a few years ago, the late Derek Jesset from Merthyr Tydfil Club found a silver hammered coin, 13th century. If I got a picture, I'll put it in now. So we're heading down this path. You can see the wooden bridge straight ahead of us. So we're going to just head down here now. Right, just come down the bank. We're just coming out into the open, and then you can see the bridge. See the pathway going to it. Modern pathway. Like I said, a lot of workings must have gone on back in the day. You see old pathways going up there. I'll show you a few others later as well. We're going to head down this path to the bridge. Right, just come down a bit and notice this big massive pipe. So it's heading up our way. And you must be heading across there. Modern pipe underground. If you look at this stuff too, it's called tufa. Romans used it a lot when they were building anything, forts and walls, because they reckon it's really strong. And the outcrop for tufa was in Ponsan, Kevin and Vaynor. So this is the stuff they would have been using for building their Roman buildings. Right, I don't know what that is. Just on the way to the bridge. Could be plastic. Yeah, possibly plastic. It's in the mold over there. So I'll look at that when I go home. But yeah, there's the Vaynor wooden bridge. Try and have a look at it from a few different angles. There you can see the walls being built over there. Now, I'm guessing there would have been previous bridges for years going across here somewhere for it to build it here. But it's got to be about 25-30 foot long. There's underneath, I don't know if you can see it. I'll look from the other side. Over the top first. Like I said, straight up there you got the Taft Trail, and then further on up you got Morless Quarry and Morless Castle. You can see how the river splits here. Goes down two courses, and there's another dry riverbed over when you go through the forest on the left side. Massive stones were there, all falling in. And this way end is a trackway. You go to the end of there, there's a trackway going left up the Morla, so right to Ponsan. That's it from this angle. Head back across here. As you can see, the stonework goes out, you know, it goes right out to here. So just to get on top of there, it's looking like that. Well, it's a lovely day out up here. Let's bring the kids in the summer and all the winter, obviously. Stones everywhere, loads of pottery. You can see tons of it. I mean, all washed down, orange bits of pottery. Pottery with designs on. There's loads of stuff here. And I think it was back in the 1980s, Glindu Wright was up here swimming when he was a kid and he found a Roman coin. So I put a picture of the coin in now, which he found. So many say this was the crossings of the Romans going to Vaynor, and then they headed up that way in to where Roman stuff had been found. But like I said, tons of pottery here. You see big lumps of it as well. You see how old the pottery is, no idea. We always find a little, you know, bit of object here being washed down now and again. You got names on our one, GD. So it's a bit like a beach here, you never know what you're going to find. Also, roughly around here somewhere, Les Richard found a Roman bangle. I think it was more towards over there, but he said to me near Vaynor Wooden Bridge, or the White Bridge as they call it. Look, another one. Nice bit of ornament, don't know what it is. It's snapped off. But like I said, you find stuff every time you come up here. Yeah, massive stones here everywhere. As you can see, it'd be interesting to put a metal detector over all this, you know, and in there. See what's here. Like I said, there's a lot seems to be stopping here. Obviously back in the day the river would have run right up here, you know, with all these stones and sand is. It would have been massive, but it's flowing pretty quick today, but in the summer it's nice and calm here for the kids. And then from the bridge, if you look up, you got, let me zoom in a bit, you got Vaynor Church, but there then through the forest, as you can see. So we're not that far away, but this would have been a popular, you know, place for the visitors years ago. I just noticed a couple of designs there. I think I'll wait them up there, Liz. And up to there. See with all like goals in it, straight down. So just an old stone congregated together. This one's an interesting one. Old pot or something. It's like a white stony marble. So interesting. But like I said, you could spend hours here just looking. And every time you come up here, different, not every time. Right, another look from this side. It is a bit of a, you know, where you can stand on level here, same as our side. So I'm guessing that's all new. No, just have a little look under the bridge of the stone wall. There you can see under the bridge. And up under it. I'm not going to try and walk across there, it looks a bit slippery. So that's about it on Vaynor Bridge. Like I said, if I got any more history I'll put it in here at the beginning. Apparently Stuart Sutton, who's no longer with us, told me that the Romans crossed further upstream, and then when the water's not running so fast, you can see the stepping stones across the water. I've never found them, but we'll have a go and have a quick little look on the way home. But we're going to head up our way now. It should be a pathway. Right, just come a little bit upstream, and you got these absolute massive stones here. Where they quarrying, I don't know. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a bit of a path in between them. And then when you go a little bit further on over here, look at the size of this. Absolutely massive. There's a bit of pottery in there again. And you got all these quarried stones. Were they put here to stop the river coming up further, or were they quarrying? Anyone knows? Drop a comment. But these stones are absolutely massive. You look at this one here. Look at the size of this. Now how did that get there? That's taken a few men to get to there. And loads of stones again. But it seems to stop after here, so we'll go a little bit further upstream and have a look now. Right, just come a bit further upstream and I noticed this to the left. So I'm guessing that's something to do with that water pipe we seen earlier. I don't know, it looks old. When I say old, about 100 years old, like, or something. That's in the middle of nowhere. So any idea what that is? But I'm guessing, like I said, something to do with the water and that pipe which we seen earlier. Just having a closer look. The 4 holes. Can't see anything in them. And you got your handles then. Look pretty old to lift them up, but it's been bolted not to let anyone lift them up, so interesting feature. Just pulling all the weeds off for a better look at it. There you can see it. It says waterwork feature, that is. We're going to head down here back up the stream. Right, let's just carry on walking upstream and noticed very interesting stone. Was this an old crossing? If you look by there, was it a little bridge here? Is this where Stuart Sutton once told me about? With the stones crossing the water? Because like I said, you got your banks made to there, and then you got this feature attached to it. And there could have been more here back in the day, and I mean water's taking it downstream. But I don't know, it's quite interesting, that is. So perhaps that's what Stuart Sutton once was on about. What I noticed is just going back upstream here a little bit from what I just showed you, and there's another water feature but there, like the one we've just seen. We've got another dry bed here. There's bits of pottery again. There's that crossing I mentioned from a different angle. That is very interesting, that is. Whoever it's just been put there, you know, to shape the water to go to the right. I mean, stop it going up against there, it's all coming to the right for there and downstream. Who's to say? Yeah, if we look in here, it's exactly the same as the other one. You've got your holes, the same handles, been padlocked off for anyone to open it, go inside it. And so you've got loads of stones then. all over the place here. Well, we're going to have a little more further look upstream. I don't know how far we can get. Looks like we come to a stop there as pathwise. But there's loads of stones either been quarried or broken up, so we'll have a little look around here. Right, just come and look at this bit of a dry bed. I said, bits of pottery, stone, all disintegrated with the water. The old bits everywhere. And here's that water feature from another angle. Bits of pottery here, we thought this is found. And tiles or whatever. This one looks quite interesting. A nice glaze in there, nice bowl. But just notice this is open. I don't know if you can see inside there. I'm going in blind here now, I can't see nothing. Yeah, you can see something. That looks like a water valve or something. But yeah, quite interesting, right on the river. So this one's probably connecting to the other one and then sending water through that pipe further on down somewhere. So I'm going to head back up the bank. Right, we just come from right there and some of these stones look cut, so I think we come into the end of the line for us anyway. Any other explorers want to take a look across here? There probably is a path going our way. Like I said, because I'm on a crutch, I don't want to risk it going up there. There's like a pathway up there. And a lot of quarrying going on. Right, we just walked back to the bridge again. It was the end of the line further on up there. And we're going to take this trackway back up here where we come down to the left, but we're going to go to the right this time. And I'll show you the quick look at the Vaynor mine, which you may have seen in the other video. Right, we just come up, a lot of trees have come down. You can just be clear, like there's a lot of quarrying going on here. And I just noticed again, tufa, which I mentioned earlier, which the Romans are using. Looks like a bit of a crop here of it. It's all yellow everywhere. So we're going to head up our way. There's a lot of quarrying going on here, around here. I'm going to head up to where the mine is. Right, we come up into the open, and up the top of there is the path back to the church. But we've come in here a little bit, as you seen in the previous video when I come to it. Loads of quarried stones, and I take you to the front of the mine now, which is over there. Right, the water is coming, flowing fast from that mine, I think. So we're going to head up there towards it. I thought it was around here somewhere, but it's been a couple of years. So we're going to head up all these massive stones, all quarried again. We're going to head up there. Come back across again. We're back out in the open, and it's by these trees here. So this mine hole underground, whatever it is about 50 feet underground. And so we're going to head across here now. Have a look. Quite out of breath today. We've been up some hills to get here. But yeah, two mines here. There's the first one. Stones are falling in. Don't know if it goes in. See, my daughter can take a picture, light it up a bit. I just jumped on top of the mine, and here's it from a top angle. And like I said, there's the bank showing how much is on top of it. So amount of times people have walked over this and don't even know it's here. Yeah, what's interesting, you got the one mine by there, and the other one in there, like I just showed you, was just standing stone, been put upright. Now whether that was done on purpose or ritual, some sort of, but I know the field is called Vaynor. Oh, I can't remember the rest. I'll put the information in now. So basically saying the field was named after a possible holy ritual place or a stream. Like I said, it is a stream coming out of the ground. But whether there's more than that, who knows? Like I said, we did find Steve Davis from the Merthyr Tydfil Club found a massive piece of iron here years ago. So whether they mine in here or something, who knows? Bit of a dead animal here, with bones. And like I said, I won't be going in today because I've done this in another video. There's the front entrance. That stone standing up does look interesting, but there's the bank, if you look at it that way. But yeah, that's what I call Vaynor mine, or as you saw, no one knows, I found a lot of iron around here. But check out the other video, Vaynor land mine or Vaynor mine, something like that. But we'll have a look at that stone standing up another time. So that's about it. We're going to head up the bank and back to the car. Hope you enjoyed the video.